Good morning. What are we doing? Oh, we just cleaned up. Wow, English is hard. We just got out of the place that we're staying, that hostel around the bend let us stay at. We didn't actually stay at the actual hostel. We stayed somewhere else, which was nice. But it was connected with Gordon. And now we are going to hostel around the bend to drop off the laundry, like the sheets, and to give a pay. Gosh, this is really not okay.
Let me try this again. Start over.
I'm trying this again. Good morning.
Take 4.
So we just finished up cleaning from the place that we stayed at, which was another home that Gordon from a hostel around the bend owns, which is really, really nice of him because he didn't really have any room at the hostel, so he was letting us stay at his house, which is really nice. So now we're going back, dropping off the sheets, as well as paying, as well as probably getting a cup of coffee. See, that was much better.
Yeah, you did a lot better that time.
So we helped a little bit, Lisa and Gordon, clean up the hostel, but something funny. I want you to look at this. So Chap and I made these bets. Now you tell us, who do you think made which bed? Was this something that Chap made or Roadrunner? And then this one, was this Chap or Roadrunner? Who made which bed? All right, we made it to Franklin, and of course we're gonna go where? To Chap's favorite place?
Country Kitchen.
Well, Outdoor 76. He loves this place. He talks about it like all the time.
Well, it's an outfitter that has beer as well.
Yeah.
You just got a text or something.
But he just loves it. But we're gonna go Country Kitchen first, because we hungry. You're not in it.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Driving up Bald Mountain? Oh my goodness. Okay.
So far, I've seen everything once, now twice. But since
So this happened while I was doing the hike in the Smokies. This got really dry, and then it started doing this. It looks like cuts, and obviously it's because the skin is dry, but I never had this before. Anybody know like what happened here? Was it really just because the skin is dry? I don't really understand. Anybody got advice? Because it literally looks like little tiny scratch cuts.
it's great. Like you go like 7, 8, 9,000 feet up in the mountains. We got to. Let me try to.
So we were originally going to, what were we going to do today? We drove to Franklin, and then we were going to camp at Rock Gap, but we drove all the way here to Waya and realized that's such a beautiful spot just to camp, and we decided just to get some water, and then we happened to be right here at an AT intersection. So this kind of path goes all the way up to Waya Bald, and we'll probably drive all the way down to Franklin again to get some town food, and then drive back up to Waya and stay at Waya because it will have a beautiful sunset, a beautiful sunrise. There are toilets there, because you know, we won't have all of that when we're on the PCT, so we really should be glamping this time.
Tables too.
There's picnic tables. We'll be near a truck just in case. We can carry, actually the truck, you know, there's a little bit of beer left from when we did Trail Magic, so we could do that. So we decided on Waya Bald being the place to camp tonight. So, but we're gonna go and get some trail food, and there's a car coming, chop chop. Yeah, I remember going up this. It's a steep one.
Was when they.
This is what you shouldn't do. Just saying. Because we picked them up in the woods. Alright. Not sure yet what we're doing, but we just saw a sign that says no camping. And we kind of both are generally pretty good rule followers. Also, it's Saturday night. And there was a bunch of younger kids already going into that area, so we're thinking this might be like a kids hangout kind of place on the weekend. So we might go back to our old plan, but we don't know yet. News coming up soon. So we made it to Rock Gap, which is called Middle Gap on the Safari, right? Middle Gap? On Apple Map. And we're not gonna go to the shelter. We're actually gonna go right there, back there. There's some really nice flat spots, and there's also a fire ring. And supposedly you can hear the road by the shelter anyway. So we were like, well, it's pretty much the same on this one. And we have a nice flat spot. So in case anybody wonders what our actual plan is, so we are camping tonight here. Tomorrow we're staying at Chican Sunsets. We're able to get a spot there. And then Monday night we are going to try to camp near Max Patch. And ultimately tonight the weather's not going to be too cold at all, so there's not much testing of gear. But I'm excited for Monday because it's supposed to be in the 20s. And as you heard me say in the shakedown hike, I'm having problems with cold feet. I never had those problems before on my through hike. I remember when I just started hiking at the beginning, I did have cold feet at the beginning of the evening, but when I would wake up at night, they usually were super warm. It was the same pad with the same foam pad under. In fact, I didn't even have the foam pad until later when little chap's dad sent me his extra foam pad. And so I never really had that feeling of it being my feet too cold. So while doing this hike, I contemplated a bunch of things. So the first thing is to get some booties, down booties or synthetic booties, as well as I have a Thermarest sleeping pad that one of my subscribers gave me, but he's like a 6 foot tall person, like more than 6 foot, 6'4" probably. And that's a large and wide. It's probably, what's the word, over, like it's too much. I don't really need it. But at the same time, my feet hang over my pad. And so, you know, it's definitely something to consider maybe to bring the big pad. But when I went to Around a Bend, I also bought some Enlighten Equipment synthetic booties. So I'm excited to try those out on Monday when it gets into the 20s with some wind chill or wind gusts. So I'm excited to try them out. And then I know little chap is literally fighting with the fire right now. But some other gear changes is I got some cute little shorts from Around the Bend as well. The shorts that I had at first were the yellow shorts, but when I did my Tahoe Rim Trail through hike, all that dust made those shorts incredibly dirty very quickly. So I thought that I wanted to have something darker. And the shorts that I got from the Hustle Around the Bend are black with some flamingos on it, so they're really cute. So that'll be a change. And then also I didn't bring my Tyvek for this hike, which everybody knows I'm already bringing that. I think that's the big concern or the big realization I had on this hike is that my feet were getting significantly cold. So those are my changes. Maybe once Chap has wrestled this fire, I'll ask him some of the things he realized on the shakedown. All right, Chap. So on the shakedown, what is some gear that you were not sure about? Some things that you've changed, like some things that you added, took away. Like what helped? What did this shakedown do for you?
Well, I think I'm good with my clothing. I have changed a few things for my gear video, and I'll do another one to go over some of those. But I guess the realizations or the things that I was hoping to figure out, I was playing with the fanny pack, and I decided that I think I do want a fanny pack, but not the one that I had. I had the Gossamer gear. Ooh, this is going to be like ghostly through the smoke. And it was not waterproof. So at Around the Bend, I bought a Hyperlight Dyneema fanny pack. So I've tried it out today on our long hike. I don't know if you can see the truck right over in the distance. We've walked about 17 miles from the truck to here in that Hyperlight. And so far it seems to be working very well. Another change, and this wasn't really I guess a realization, but I had planned to use my stuff sack or pump sack for my Thermarest pad. And usually I just put the pad inside of that, folded flat against my back. However, Jeff, that we hiked the Smokies with, was very, very kind, and he made me take, I actually have it in my pocket, the new Flextail 1.2 ounce air pump. And so I'm going to ditch the pump sack and carry this. I just used it tonight. Seems pretty cool. Has another use too. You can use it to like air your fire.
Nice.
So that's pretty handy. It's rechargeable. Apparently it'll blow up the pad like 30 times, so that's good.
Before having to charge it.
Yeah, before having to charge it. I don't know. Is there anything else that I changed? I don't think so.
How do you like your Tyvek? That was your first time trying it.
Oh yeah, the Tyvek is really good, and it came in on my scale lighter than Amazon said. I think it's 4. It was either supposed to be 4.5 and came in at 4, or supposed to be 5 and came in at 4.5 or something. But anyways, under 5 ounces, works great. It fits my tent about perfectly. More so than that, though, I've been keeping it folded on top of my pack, and it's great to be used for breaks. And it's as long as my tent. I know there were a few times in the Smokies where I just opened it up for a break, and Roadrunner and I could both kind of sit on it and put our food bags and have room to keep everything off the ground. So that's handy. The other thing, we've not quite worked it out yet, but we've been brewing this really cool idea to use the Tyvek as a what would you call it?
Like a shelter.
Like a sunshade.
Yeah.
So we think we can use mine has grommets in each end. So we could turn our trekking poles upside down, put the points through the grommets, and then we'll just need to attach some like 4 cables or like guy lines from a tent onto each end to stake it out, and maybe that would help for afternoon siesta in the desert. The only other thing, I guess, it was a joint thing. Maybe you'll cover it later. We had been like wrestling with how are we going to do the microspikes. Are we going to start with them, or are we going to mail them somewhere or whatever? I think last night we finally decided we are going to start with the microspikes. We may change our mind again between now and the next week or two, but I think for now that's where we're at, and I don't know, I can't think of anything else right now.
That's cool. Thanks.
The pants worked out really well, and first time I've hiked with hiking pants instead of tights under shorts.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm sure you'll talk more about it in your videos. So.
Yeah, I'll have to get some organized thoughts together and go through some of those.
Boom. Look at this. Normally, I'm way slower than Chap Chap.
You started before.
I started before, I know. This is a very rare occasion right now, everybody. It's always gonna be me.
I didn't know it was a race.
It's not a race, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Also, it's the little things. Look, I found this stump and I just put the loop over and my pack just sits perfectly. Ooh, yeah. And just like that, it started raining. And we're in a car. Is this it? So we're trying to, what's the word, waste time until we check in. So Little Chap's been driving in this roundabout. This is about third or fourth.
It's
Here
a
we
second.
go.
It's a second full round.
This is the second full round. We're just driving in the roundabout.
Okay, we're done now.
Whee!
Hootie is our
Hootie,
Hootie.
dootie. Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder and children get older and I'm getting older too. But I've been afraid of changing 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder and children get older and I'm getting older too.
One eternity later.
All right, I haven't filmed at all because I've wanted to take some break from filming, but we are here at the bottom of Max Patch. And if you remember my AT journey, I never got to see Max Patch on good weather, really, at all. We hiked up in the morning when it was dark, it was storming, it was rainy. And so since we're here, I would like to at least have a look at it. So that's what we're doing. It's kind of cold, so I put the rain jacket over my mid layer to get that extra heat in there. And we're not gonna take our packs up, at least not yet.
So no wonder, because I think you're good.
Boom. And then we're gonna go right up.